Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Bold and the Beautiful. Thomas unravels, returns home with mysterious baggage. After a long hiatus from the Bold and the Beautiful screen, Thomas Forrester appears to have taken on a new mission in life, to be Taylor Hayes' watchdog. But we soon find out that protecting his mom and her pending marriage to his dad, Ridge Forrester, is not the only reason he came home. Hints dropped last week suggesting that Thomas is not in a good place. And it looks like Brooke Logan will become the target of Thomas's wrath. Bold and the Beautiful did a great job of reminding us of Thomas Forrester's, Matthew Atkinson, dark past. Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, and Katie Logan, Heather Tom, discussed his less-than-stellar behavior of years past. So in B&B style, that usually means we are getting a refresher course for what he is capable of, because there's more of that to come. Last week, Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, mentioned how Thomas's attitude worried him. Even Eric Forrester, John McCook, recognized that his grandson wasn't looking too happy. So B&B laid down the groundwork for what we might expect from Thomas, who isn't the jovial guy who left LA months back. One of the first lines of business for Thomas was to warn his father that he better stick with the plan to marry Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig. He poured it on thick last week on Bold and the Beautiful. Thomas made it sound as if Ridge's family's happiness hinged upon his wedding to Taylor, which we now know isn't happening. Sure, Eric Forrester was correct about Thomas being a grown man and not having the right to dictate to his father who he should marry. But that was rather hypocritical of the Forrester patriarch, since he strongly recommends that Ridge drop Taylor and go back to Brooke. Then Thomas cornered Brooke to tell her it is hands off Ridge. His warning came across strong and within earshot of Brooke's sister Katie. This causes Thomas' past to weigh heavy on Katie's mind, as she worries about how far he will go to see Ridge and Taylor tie the knot. So she's worried about Brooke's safety. Something went very wrong in Thomas Forrester's life, which prompted him to head home to Lay. And that remains a mystery today. Sure, he was worried about Taylor's heart getting broken, but there's likely more to his homecoming than what he's divulged so far. Thomas lightly touched on a few things going bad in his life, and this included his broken engagement to Paris Buckingham, Diamond White. He also feels like a ship without a port in the clothing design business. He is a first-rate designer without a line of his own, so it sounds as if he is feeling very sorry for himself today. It is even stranger that his son Douglas Forrester didn't come back with him. It appears as if Thomas came home with some awful baggage of his own. So Bold and the Beautiful probably has a doozy of a backstory attached to Thomas' homecoming. And it is likely that story is just waiting in the wings to come out. Once Thomas finds out about Ridge telling Taylor that he can't marry her, this likely opens the floodgates. Depending on how far Bold and the Beautiful decides to wind up Thomas after this news, Brooke could be in danger. So from what we saw last week, along with a glimpse of this week's preview, it looks like B&B may soon have another unhinged character on the loose in Lay. Then both the Forrester and the Logan families have trouble brewing. The Forresters get Luda Nozoa, Lisa Yamada, and the Logans likely have Thomas Forrester to worry about as the CBS soap rolls out this week. Los Angeles has never been short of drama, heartbreak, or family feuds, but nothing shakes the Forrester clan quite like the unpredictable whirlwind that is Thomas Forrester. The designer has been known for his brilliance, his obsessive tendencies, and his endless attempts at redemption. But after months away from the fashion world and the unforgiving spotlight of his family's legacy, Thomas has made his grand return, and he didn't come back alone. This isn't just another homecoming. This time, he's carrying a shadow, a weight in his eyes that makes even the most jaded Forrester worry. Whispers ripple through Forrester Creations. Has Thomas truly healed, or is he once again on the edge of unraveling? And more importantly, what or who has followed him back to Los Angeles? A fragile return. When Thomas first re-entered the sleek halls of Forrester Creations, the air changed. Hope Logan felt it instantly, a familiar unease washing over her as she saw the man who once both inspired and tormented her. Ridge, proud yet cautious, embraced his son but couldn't shake the gnawing question. Is Thomas finally stable? For weeks, the family had no idea where Thomas had gone. After the fallout from his latest downward spiral, the paranoia, the manipulations, and the dramatic collapse of his partnership with Hope, he disappeared. Ridge hinted he was getting treatment, stepping back to work on himself. But nobody expected him to return so suddenly, bags in hand, his face tight with secrets. Steffi, ever the protective sister, tried to keep things light. "You're back, that's what matters," she told him, forcing a smile. "But Thomas, if you've brought more chaos into this house, I need to know." And that's when Thomas' cryptic reply sent shivers down her spine. "I didn't come back alone, Steffi, and not everything should stay buried." The mystery of the baggage. The word baggage isn't new to Thomas. His life has been full of it. But this time, it's not just emotional. Literally, Thomas has returned with a set of mysterious luggage. While he insists they're personal effects from his time away, he guards them with a nervous energy that borders on obsession. Charlie, the lovable but bumbling Forrester security guard, joked about needing to run a background check on those bags. But his laughter died quickly when Thomas snapped, his eyes dark and defensive. Nobody touches them. Nobody. Speculation runs rampant. Did Thomas bring home proof of some dark secret he uncovered during treatment? Has he found a new muse, or obsession, that could once again destabilize his fragile mind? Or worse, has he aligned himself with someone dangerous who threatens not just the Forresters but Hope as well? Whatever the truth, it's clear Thomas isn't ready to share it, and that silence is only feeding the fire. Hope's dilemma. No matter how hard she tries, Hope Logan cannot fully distance herself from Thomas. He's tied to her life through their son, Douglas, and the undeniable creative spark they share in the design world. When she saw him step back into the Forrester building, her emotions clashed: fear, nostalgia, and something else she hated to admit: longing. Hope has tried to draw boundaries, but Thomas' presence makes them blur. Their last collaboration was a roaring success until his behavior turned erratic. Now, standing before her again, he looks calmer, almost serene. Yet the haunted glint in his eyes tells another story. Douglas, caught between love for his father and the confusion of his absence, asked the question that sliced through the tension at the family dinner table. "Dad, what's in your bag? Did you bring me something?" Thomas froze, the air thickening around him. He ruffled Douglas' hair and changed the subject, but Hope caught it, the flicker of panic. She can't shake the feeling that whatever Thomas is hiding, it could put Douglas at risk. Ridge and Brooke clash, again. Thomas' return has reignited old battles between Ridge and Brooke. While Ridge wants to believe his son is on the path to redemption, Brooke is less convinced. She's seen this cycle too many times. The promises, the charm, the eventual slip back into darkness. "You can't keep making excuses for him, Ridge," Brooke warned. "If he's hiding something, if he's unstable again, you need to protect this family and Hope." But Ridge's paternal instincts make him blind to red flags. He insists Thomas deserves the benefit of the doubt, arguing that everyone in the family has made mistakes. Brooke, however, remains steadfast. Hope's safety comes first, and she's not willing to gamble it on Thomas' fragile recovery. This tension only fuels speculation. Could Ridge's unwavering defense push Brooke away once more, reopening wounds in their already turbulent marriage?